Hey everyone, 065 here, and today we have a really special unboxing, and within a few hours later on today, a special guest will also be here as well. But since I still have some time before I have to go into work, I'm going to do this unboxing right now. So, for anyone who is subscribed to me and follows the posts I make on my YouTube channel, if anyone remembers an image where it shows like a really zoomed in photo of something and you see like a blue eye. So, and of course the title said, after 11 years, my search is finally over. And that's because this particular robot was something I've always wanted to own. Ever since its release in 2008, I believe, I remember going to Toys R Us and, holy crap, and seeing this particular robot, and it was like $200, I believe, at the time. I remember begging my parents, being like, "Oh my gosh, I want this for Christmas. You guys please get it for Christmas." And when I told my dad about it, he was like, "How much is it?" I'm like, $200. He was like, "Oh, hell no." I'm like, "Oh." Because at the time period, the previous Christmas, he bought me the RS V2, or should I say Robo Sapien V2. Sorry. And so ever since, I only saw this robot once in person, and after that, I never saw it again. And holy crap, he is really dirty. So, with it, for years on end, I was always online looking for this robot, and I never got lucky to actually being able to obtain him due to the fact he was so expensive. I even checked on local apps like OfferUp and a few others, and I had there were actually some for $25. There's even one in my home, not area, but my home, like it was in VA, and it was like $25. So I'm like, oh dang! And I had messaged my dad saying, "Hey dad, do you think we could possibly drive up this far to pick this robot up?" He's like, "How far is it?" I'm like, "I think it's like a few hours." And he was like, "No, we're not." And I'm like, "Well, crud." So as time went by, I wanted to give up on finding this thing, but of course I didn't. Oh. Whoa. So as of now, seeing this is the Thinkway Toys Ultimate Wally, made back in 2008. Holy crap. This is actually so unrealistic. Whoa. Oh, I see why. What do you mean by stun is broken? Okay. Huh? He does have his battery pack. Holy crap. So that's probably the reason why he wouldn't turn on, was because of his battery pack. It's not charged. Anyways, yeah, this is Ultimate Wally. Thinkway Toys is best Wally ever made in the whole entire world. And here's the other stuff. Okay, so here we have the MP3 player holder. What else can I say? Here's the other stuff. And so the only thing is, so this robot was pretty expensive. I paid like $327 in total for it, and I was gonna be like, "Whoa, why did you pay so much for this particular Wally?" And like I said, the rareness of it, it's crazy. For one of these brand new in the box, from what I saw a while back, one brand new sold for a little over $1,000, and I was like, yeah, there's no way in heck I will ever be able to afford this. And there was one that was on an auction on eBay for starting at $1, and the auction was going fine. It's at $50. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna probably drop $200 on this thing. I get off work and I see that the listing has ended, and I'm like, why did it end? And from there, I messaged the seller, and they had said, yeah, someone had offered me like $347 for it. If it doesn't fall through, I'm just going to keep it. And I even offered them like $150 or so. They still were like, we're just going to keep it. And I'm like, well, crap, there goes my chance. And from there, this one shows up. Actually, two of them popped up at the same time. First one popped up for $400, and this one popped up for $300. And I immediately messaged the seller for this one, and I had asked them what would be like, I guess, the lowest they would take or so. And they didn't want to take anything less than $250. I'm like, if you can hold this for me until I'm off of work, I will do $250 and I'll pay for it right now. And of course, they didn't get back to me by the time I got work, and I was a little bit scared. But eventually, they like countered my offer, and I accepted. And the little story behind this particular one is this is actually owned by one person. I'm pretty much the second owner of this Wally. This was bought. The only reason this was sold was because hopefully you don't mind me saying this, but the seller's husband recently lost his job and he needed money, so they decided to sell off the Wally, and which I'm actually really happy to have helped them out at least by buying the Wally, because the money they got will be going for something helpful for them, and they wanted this robot to go to a good home. And since all of you guys know I'm a big robot collector, he's joined the collection of Zorua 635. And of course, I asked him how much was this total when it was brand new. They told me it was like about, with everything, tax and shipping, was like $307, and I was like, holy crap. But yeah, and huge thanks to them for letting me be the lucky one to actually own this Wally. Sorry for getting a bit sidetracked. I wonder if he has batteries. Yeah, he has no batteries. I cannot find the remote. Where's the remote? Ah, here's the thumb. And the controller. Wow, it is in pretty dirty shape, but that doesn't really bother me because he'll be getting to clean up fairly later on once I get home from work. And of course, this was listed as not working, or parts of repair or something like that, due to the fact that he wouldn't move. And I didn't really ask them about, like, how do I say this, the battery or anything, because I thought they were like probably aware that probably the charger's missing or something like that. And upon reading the description, they never mentioned anything about the battery that goes underneath of him. But I mean, then again, it's not that, like, hopefully no one thinks I cheated them out, being like not telling them what all this thing uses. But again, it is what it is. Not really what it is, but yep, there's the battery, his original battery pack. This was the one thing I was kind of scared. I didn't know if it had or not. I mean, he didn't have the charger, so he wouldn't be able to charge properly. Well, he wouldn't even be able to charge at all. But again, this is so exciting to actually have this particular robot. I mean, he's actually not that big as I thought he would be. I thought he would be like a lot bigger. But then again, I mean, as a kid, when he was brand new in the box, I was like, holy crap, this thing is huge. Let's see if I can get the Try-Me to work at least. No corrosion, that's good. We're gonna have to probably charge the battery up once I get home from work. Switch to on. Okay, so I think that was. Yeah, that's Try-Me. Oh, okay, some goes into like this. I'm going to figure out something to make a new link. Right, holy crap. This is so exciting. Yeah, I think what he's trying to do here is trying to reset. This is still so cool. It's it's really just hard to believe right now that this particular robot's like sitting in my room as we speak, because I never really thought I would be able to own this one, because I mean, look how big this thing is. May not look too big, but for what it is, I can see why a lot of people love this thing so much. I mean, it's amazing, and it's a really huge collector's item, and I've seen a few other people that recently got one. I'm like, man, the people who recently got one are just like really lucky. But now I can finally say that all the robots I've wanted to own since I was a young kid, my list contained the V2, of course, Jobot, Boa, the Astromech R2D2, and a bunch of others, but this one was always at the top of my list, and now he's my part of the collection. But yes, huge thanks to the seller who sold me this and giving me the opportunity to actually finally own this guy after 8 years. Thank you all so much, and you guys will be seeing a little bit more videos of this guy roaming around with probably R2 and BBA and possibly the V2. Just so you can see the different like popular robots that were like big size. But yeah. Alright guys, hope you all enjoyed the unboxing. I'll see you soon. Oh yeah, and stay tuned for more because you'll be seeing the special guest later.